everybody. Welcome to Simply Living in a Small Town. I hope everybody is doing wonderful. Today is Wednesday. We are halfway through another week again already. How quick is that? So, a lot has happened since last week, but welcome to anyone new watching and welcome back to anyone that's been watching. I'm grateful. Sorry about that. That was a bad kitty. This thing here just did that. Okay, now you better be good. Sorry about that, y'all. I have a couple of cats that for some reason, every time I come up here to do this, they like to, I guess, interfere and attempt to get my attention. Okay, I apologize for that. I paused for a second because I have a couple of cats here. Anyway, so I have been working on a couple of things, not as much as I wanted to. I am still feeling super exhausted from the weekend, which was wonderful, but y'all, I will talk to you about that tomorrow. It was a lot, and I'm so exhausted from it. And then just trying to get through. Yesterday was like my Monday. So I felt hungover. And I don't mean from alcohol either, because I virtually do not drink. So, just, it's always like that for me on a Monday, which I realized yesterday was Tuesday. But we were, busy on Monday because that was Memorial Day, and I hope everybody had a wonderful time. A lot of people got together, and not with us, but I mean a lot of other people I know. We did get together ourselves as well, and have a dinner. We did steak dinner together, just a home dinner. And so, even though I didn't eat steak, y'all, it's nobody's fault but my own. That's fine. Due to medical reasons, honestly, I did not eat steak. So I made 2 giant ribeye steaks and 2 New York strip steaks, which the ribeye steaks, they were almost as big as the plate, which is wild because I've never seen ribeyes that big. I should say I've never had ribeyes that big. And the New York strip, of course, that was the regular size of that. Those are usually smaller. But those were supposed to be for myself and my daughter, and actually she ended up eating both of them, which is fine with me too. Because again, I've had stomach issues and things, and I just have issues at times with eating, and also eating certain things such as red meat. So it is what it is. So anyway, but we had a wonderful time. I have a couple of things to show you though. Not a lot, but I did manage to work on a couple of little things. And I'm sorry, but I'm having a lot of pain in my back, which is like every single day, all day long, off and on, but including at night, while I'm trying to actually sleep. That's normal, but now it's just normally just low back pain and sciatic pain that then runs across through my hip and all the way down. So I have that every day that I've been battling with, and that's due to my having broke my back at like 17 years old. So, and then it healed improperly. So at some point I have to have surgery on my back, but now my upper back is really it's really hurting bad. So I did schedule a regular doctor appointment, even though I'm still, my doctor is gone, so I'm going in to see a nurse. It's just a checkup visit, so I can continue to get my medication, because they are not going to allow me to get any more of my meds until I come in. So anyway, but yeah, I'm in a lot of pain, so this is going to be, oh, sorry about that fly. I don't even know where that came from. So I got a couple of things. This is Frosty. He's over here he's always very loud. He's like licking himself, and he sounds like he's slathering all over himself. So anyway, I have started on a couple of hats here. Now these are summer hats. So I have this one here, which obviously, I mean, these are whips, obviously. It's not done, so. But this is the new, so it's a bag o' day tutorial that's for that wide brim sun hat that looks super cute. She has another one too that's very beautiful that I saw before. So when I saw this new one, I thought, well, I'm going to try that. I really like that one too, and I would like to have one to wear outside when it's you know, like 90 degrees. And I'm like out in the yard trying to do some things, which, mind you, that's sort of limited, but I do love to plant flowers and just do some things. I've given up mowing grass. Unless I can use my rider, I'm down to, this is like going to be the first summer. I can't. It was excruciating trying to get through last summer that way. Me trying to push mow, and that was awful. But anyway, so I thought this was gorgeous. I think the pattern of this is really neat, how it has these holes here and stuff. That's really, kind of thought that was really cool. Now hers is in a really pretty red. Yeah, it's red and it's beautiful. But my only thing was, for a sun hat for myself, I don't want a dark color, because that's going to absorb the sun and make my head even hotter. So that's not my goal. So that's why I'm making mine. And this is just Red Heart Super Saver and soft, in the color soft white. And it's really, it says soft white, but it's kind of a like, you know, off white, almost like a cream color basically. So, and I have abundance of that, so I thought, well, this will work. And so far, that's what it looks like. So there really isn't a lot more to do on it. Obviously, I have the brim, and I'm trying to think, the I don't know if I can even pronounce this. So she puts wire in the brim of it so that you can like flip it, the brim up, and it's like cotton coated milk, and I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this incorrectly, millinery. So I already looked that up on Amazon. I do not have that, so that's the only thing. It's kind of like a bummer, because most likely this will not be done by Friday. But hopefully by next Friday, because if I already looked it up and put it in my cart. So that's the only thing about that. But anyway, I think this is going to be cute. Again, I really like the little effect on it. I think that looks pretty neat. So there's that, which is, you know, for myself. And then I have started another hat that is for my daughter, which is why this is going to look small, because I've already put it on the top of her head to check this. But this is then the, I'll show you closer in just a second, but this is another Bag O' Day crochet tutorial, and it is the granny bucket hat tutorial that she did not too long ago as well. So I think that's looking really cute. So I'm already like, you know, coming down that single crochet at the bottom to start making the brim, because it's, you know, I would have had to make this bigger, but this should be fine. In other words, for her, I think the colors are really cute. Now this is cotton. She, and Bag O' Day, that is, Crystal, in her tutorial, she's just using, she actually used the Red Heart Bitty Stripes yarn, which is a regular acrylic yarn, which is really pretty. But I thought, you know, I'm going to try this in cotton. And so this is just it's peaches and the peaches and cream that you can just get like at Walmart. Oh goodness. So there's the little ball. This is all I have left too. So I will pick up some more of this Friday. I may potentially run out. Probably, actually. But it's just the peaches and cream. I am not sure on the color of it, because really all it says is like Fleur de Lavender. Like flower of lavender or something, I guess is that's translation. But that is all it says there. If you can see that. I don't know if it's focused on that or not. Anyway, so it kind of looks different than I thought it would, you know, looking at the ball. But it is, I like the way it's turning out anyway. It's very pretty. So we shall see if this is done Friday. It should be. But if I have it done by Friday, it's either I got it done with the rest of this or I bought another ball of it as well and added to it, but then I won't be able to check it on my daughter's head because she is going Friday evening to her dad's house for the weekend. So at any rate, so I won't be picking that yarn up till I make that trip, which isn't a big deal or anything, but at any rate, that's when I will get the chance to get down there to actually pick it up, because I just don't want to make an extra trip just for a couple balls of yarn. So oh my goodness, this little cat is trying to so he is extremely bonded to me. And actually, I just said to my daughter a while ago that it's weird, the last couple of videos I've done, Frosty hasn't been up here. And there's another cat named Oreo that we got a few months ago from the neighbor that abandoned him behind us. He's been, you know, coming over here, sitting with me. So now Frosty has to get up here in this because he's extremely jealous of Oreo and his brother S'more. They're boy cats, and those two need fixed yet. They're the only ones out of 8 cats that we have. All of them are fixed except for these last 2 because we haven't had them that long or whatnot. I've been busy and stuff, so I need to get them appointments to get them fixed, and I want them to go together. They're extremely bonded brothers. They're just so very sweet together. But this one here is kind of he's kind of annoying in the sense that he's obsessed specifically with me. He bonded with me. He's actually a rescue cat from property that we own in the town where our house burnt down. And basically my husband trapped this cat. he was not ours over there, but he was living on our property, and he was going to end up getting his life ended over there. It was that kind of situation. And so my husband trapped him and brought him here. And he's the other two cats are younger actually than him, because we've actually had, this is hard to believe, we've had him for a year now, but he is still very small, but he is young. When we got him, he was not very old at all. Thought he was feral. It turned out he was actually not completely feral. He just was really scared, and I believe somebody dumped him basically out as a small, young cat, really small young cat. I wouldn't say quite a kitten, but that could have been the case. Oh, now I see the other cats moved over here, so they're just like in competition, which really they're not. Oreo is not in competition with Frosty, but Frosty is in competition with the other two. So, and then Leo is another male cat that we have, the gray and white one. If you've been watching, you've seen before. He's sitting over here too, and it's like, why is this every time I do a video, it's the same cats up here every time. I'm telling you, it's like any other time they're not like doing this, and all of a sudden I come up here to do a video and they're, so it's like living with a bunch of children. We call them our children, and they really are like a bunch of children. Sometimes they're, ruly heathens, some of them, but unruly heathens, that is. But, we love them nonetheless. And obviously this one here, I mean, even though, it's been a long road with him, even though he is kind of irritating a little bit with this little competition that he thinks he has going with his other two cats, which he doesn't. He just, that's in his mind. But he is, he's come a long way in a year, a very long way. I thought he was going to unalive Oreo and S'more when they were introduced here a few months ago. So if that tells you anything, because he has fought a lot with almost all the cats here, up until the last little bit. It's gotten so much better. We got him fixed, and it's taken, it started slowly improving to the point where it's like so much better, because he doesn't really, for the most part, attack the other cats now. He used to, especially that we have another cat named Shrimp that's another male, and he used to constantly like go after him on the daily. And thankfully he does not do that anymore. They actually kind of lay like not too far away from each other, and they're fine. But anyway, it's a lot having 8 little children, plus my own actual daughter. So but it's frustrating, but you love them. You just love them so much. So yeah, I know. See, he's gotta be right on me. He does this every morning. I go downstairs, I sit down, make my coffee, and I'm telling you, the minute I'm sitting in the chair, he just lunges into my lap. So anyway, they are wonderful as, for emotional support and stress. And I will say that, except for when they're stressing you out, because they are running around like they're crazy. Anyway, I was trying to look at the time. Anyway, so that is going to conclude this video. I have not gotten much done, but there's always another day, right? So I will see y'all tomorrow for a coffee and chat. I have several things. Sorry. He's like digging into me. I have several things to talk about tomorrow, and so that should be interesting anyway. I hope you all have a wonderful night or day whenever you're watching this. Thank you so much again for watching. I truly appreciate each and every one of you so much. Much love to everybody. Goodbye now, and God bless.